I just saw this 9-minute Thomas and Friends video parody, and I figured why not react to it. It's called Thomas and the Missing Station Cat. I haven't done this one yet. I do not own Thomas and Friends. Mattel owns everything. And let's get started. If there's a video you want me to react to, please let me know in the comments, and I will react to it. Anyways, let's get started.
To all those people watching, I'd like to remind everyone that this video
I hate swears.
And the passengers who come to see the station daily. They sometimes pat her and fed her some scraps they had, and would sometimes play with her. But of all the engines she loves to meet, she loves to see Thomas. Sometimes Tabitha would curl up into Thomas's cab to keep warm, and would often ride with him whenever he was on one of his trains all the way to the big station. But one day, Tabitha was nowhere to be seen. She was with us when we were at the big station, said Thomas worriedly. Maybe she's scampered off somewhere around the village. We'll take a look before your next train. The passengers were worried too, and they helped the driver and fireman look for Tabitha all around the station and the village. But they couldn't find Tabitha. At the station, Percy's trucks were being filled with some goods, and as he waited, he heard faint footsteps on the platform. "What's that?" he gasped. Then he saw a furry tail sticking out behind from one of the crates.
The dog.
Percy smiled. "She could be sleeping behind that crate," he called to Thomas's crew. Thomas and Percy's crew moved one of the boxes and saw a dog. "It's just a dog," sighed Thomas's driver. "And we searched the whole station and village for Tabitha. She might have been gone to some other stations. You know what cats are like," replied Percy's driver. So once when the line was clear for Thomas, they set off to find Tabitha.
Oh, Tabitha's okay.
But no matter how many stations they had stopped and looked at, there was no sign of her.
What happened to Tabitha?
At Matted, James was waiting for Thomas with his passengers. "What's gotten you down in the dumps, Thomas?" asked James, and then Thomas explained about Tabitha being missing. "Maybe I'll check on my route. Maybe Tabitha had gone on the wrong train and is wondering where she is." "Thanks, James," replied Thomas, smiling, and then described what Tabitha looked like. Soon James puffed away.
What happened to Tabitha, though?
He puffed through the countryside and looked around to see if Tabitha was around.
Probably not.
Just then he saw some bushes rustling. "Perhaps she's hiding in the bushes," he thought, but it was only a calf. "Oh dear, I don't think we'll ever find her," he sighed. He later puffed into Wellsworth Station. Edward was there ready to take his passengers down his branch line. He saw James looking glum and asked what was going on. James then explained about Tabitha. "Oh, Tabitha," replied Edward. "I know her. I sometimes see her with Thomas whenever I'm at the big station. I'll see if she's somewhere on my branch line. Thomas had told me she likes climbing trees." And so Edward puffed away while James was to look on to see if Tabitha was somewhere along the main line.
So far, this is sad. Nobody's found Tabitha. Oh.
As Edward puffed down the line, he looked at all the trees, hoping to find Tabitha. Where could she be? He thought. He could see something jumping from one branch to another, and Edward thought it was Tabitha, but what he really found was a little owl. "We'll keep searching, Edward. Don't worry," replied his driver.
All the engines are sad.
Henry heard about Tabitha being missing from Percy at the big station. As Henry waited at Kildane Station, he saw some bins nearby. Then he saw a tail sticking out. "I think she's looking for food in the bin," he said. The driver and fireman walked closer to the bins, but they were surprised by what they saw. "That's not Tabitha, Henry. It's a fox." There was, and after seeing Henry's crew, it dashed away. That Back on the branch line, Toby was puffing along with Henrietta and Elsie with his passengers. Toby knew Tabitha as well. I know for sure that when she's not at the station, she usually sits on an embankment when it's a sunny day.
She's not going to be there, is she?
Toby could see a hole in an embankment as he made his way to the top station. A head soon popped out.
Aw,
It's just
they're
a rabbit
funny.
and her babies, sighed the driver. Oh dear, maybe she is missing, wondered Toby.
What happened to her?
Ducked.
I hate that they can't find her. You know what? I get it. Like my cat, every time my cat goes missing, I look everywhere where I can't find her. I get worried
Heard about
too.
Tabitha from
I'm just glad
Percy
we
as
never let
well,
him outside.
and he was to take a goods train to Barrow and Furness. He puffed through the forest along his way. Well, I think she's walking in the woods. Then Duck saw something walking alongside the line, but it was just a deer. Further up the line, Diesel was taking a goods train back to the mainland. He heard about the missing cat from Henry and had passed by a field. Maybe she's hunting in the field, but it was just a cow.
Even the teasers.
On Edward's branch line, Bill and Ben were making their way to Wellsworth with a China clay train. They heard about Tabitha from Edward and agreed to help look for her. They passed by a barn near the line. It's warm and cozy in the stable, said Bill, and Ben agreed. But coming out from the barn was a horse. Gordon had heard about Tabitha from Toby as he pulled the express. He saw the viaduct coming towards him and said, I expect she's fishing in the stream. You know cats love to hunt for fish. But as Gordon rumbled over the bridge, he saw nothing but a frog. No one could find Tabitha.
What happened to her?
Thomas was sad. Where could she be? He thought. As he puffed down his branch line once again, he began to worry about what might have happened to her. What if she got stuck somewhere? Or if someone had hurt her? I hope nothing like that happened, Thomas, replied his driver. But you can't worry about something that doesn't exist. We'll find her, don't worry. At the big station, Sir Stephen Topham Hatt was waiting for Thomas. Oh, sir, Thomas wailed. Tabitha is missing. Everyone had tried looking for her for me and couldn't find her. Now I'm worried something might have happened. But Thomas, chuckled Sir Stephen,
Wait, what?
Tabitha is fine.
What?
What, sir? Gasped Thomas. She came out of your cab and looked as though she needs some looking after. So, I took her to my office to do that. I was going to tell you, but you left before I got the chance. What happened to her, sir? Why were you looking after her? Is something wrong? No, assured Sir Stephen. She's in my office recovering. Then he showed Thomas inside his top hat. Oh my, Thomas cooed. Inside were some kittens.
Oh my
Tabitha's a
goodness!
mother. Yes, Thomas, a wonderful mother. All the engines had
that
heard the
makes
news and were
sense.
pleased and delighted that Tabitha was safe and
Oh,
that she had become a
hallelujah,
mother.
Emily
The
Yates.
kittens were all named and were given new homes. Tabitha was back on her feet again, and she still enjoys riding in Thomas's cab and meeting and interacting with the passengers.
Oh, that was an interesting episode. Oh, but now that was such a good episode. Anyways, I'll see you on the next video. Adios, everybody.